What kind of like certifications or education is required to be
So
in your field?
yeah, so there is a certification. There are lots of different companies that have it. There's different ways in which you can get certified. Some of them are a year program. Some of them are, a 3-day online course. It just depends on, which one you pick. Um, I will say, like anything else, you take your education and you don't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of what I do is self-taught. I study, I read books, I'm reading data, and then just experience. I've been doing this 5 years. Having the hair background is really important. Anyone can become a trichologist. You could be a banker and take that certification, and you're a trichologist.
Mm-hmm.
So I find that kind of amazing. Um, that's the certification is the picking the company that you want to study from and then taking it from there.
And I like the way that you put it, where you're bridging the gap between healthcare and hair care.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
The more you explain it to me and the more I get to know you, it sounds more like healthcare to me than, I mean, it is obviously for the
Sure.
purpose of hair care, but like this is a lot deeper than just like going to your local salon,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
This is medical care in a way.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I'm not accepting insurance. But there are things that we can do, unfortunately not New York, but there are things that we can do to like everyone's buying, and I hate to say the brand because I don't want to call them out. It has nothing to do with that. So actually I will leave it out. But people are buying supplements randomly, right? Because they get a marketing person on there, they get a celebrity on there, and then all of a sudden they grew their hair back in 3 months and they have a full head of hair because of this supplement.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what people don't realize. Every single body, B-O-D-Y, body is different. Every single person has different genetics, environmental factors, stress. All of that is related to why someone could be losing their hair. So epigenetic testing is so powerful because it doesn't just test the blood, it tests the everything about what the body is going through. So with that, you can find out exactly what you're deficient in and then get supplements to match it so that you're not guessing. A lot of what we're doing in the world, not just hair, even, like now, peptides are huge. So people are going to go buy all these peptides. But do you need peptides? Do you need vitamin B? So getting those specific biomarkers is so important. Your doctor's certainly not going to give you a test that has over 888 biomarkers. They're not going to test for mold. They're not going to test for environmental factors, gut issues. They're not. You have to ask for it, and then they're going to question you. And it really does go into the healthcare aspect, but you also have to remove yourself from that and letting them know I'm not a doctor. I'm a conduit. That's what I like. I feel like I'm a conduit between, helping them get to where they need to be. So here's a test. I can help you understand it. If you're not happy with the levels, then seek out further help.
Is that the first step when someone is like, let's say, losing their hair? Is the first step that testing?
No,
or?
The first step is a scalp scan.
Okay.
Because you really want to look at if there's inflammation on the scalp. That's a 200 magnification. Looking at vellus to terminal hairs, your miniaturized hairs to your healthy, thriving hairs. Scalp disorders, frontal fibrosing, scaling around the perifollicular opening. We were looking at a lot. What's really cool now is going back to the hair industry. The world is going towards AI, but the hair industry can never tap into that. I mean, maybe my kids' will have a robot doing their hair, but this is going to be an industry where we can't remove the human aspect from it. So how does the hair industry tap into AI? We have an AI scalp scan now that I use to actually measure and quantify data. So when you're starting treatment, I can measure that through an AI scalp scan device. So I have 2 devices, but again, letting the salons know that you can kind of remove yourself from that information because it's going to give it to you.
Yeah, I think in general across a lot of industries, right? We're in an industry where we're creating content, we're filming all the time. Like, it does take a human being and it does take creativity that, we've used these like AI tools that will edit your videos for
Yep.
you, and we test them all the time. I test them against my guys out there
Yeah.
all the time. Like I've sat Eric down multiple times and said, all right, you edit this video, give me 5 clips. I'm going to throw it
Wow.
in this AI machine and see what it spits out. And Eric always wins
Yeah.
because there is that human element to it.
Sure.
But there's the data side of it, or there's the like, how can we utilize these tools to maybe make things more efficient or help us
Exactly.
get to the good stuff faster ourselves?
Yes.
And that's where, like, in a lot of industries that still require humans, there's a lot of applications for AI and like
Right.
just analyzing data and
Yeah.
looking through things. I mean, you're
Yeah.
talking about data
Yeah.
and 800 different biomarkers and
Sure.
places. If you can run it through
Right.
something that has the background and has been trained on
Yep.
those different
Yeah, and then it
biomarkers, can
gives you
help
a
you to
clear-cut diagram. Like
Yeah.
it consolidated all of that.
gives you
data.
the diagnosis and then the roadmap, and now it's like, okay, here's
Exactly.
what we need to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's really
So
cool.
yeah, we need it. Unfortunately, I feel like we're feeding the beast.
In what
you
way?
know,
What do you
in
mean?
what, like, we're gonna not in our lifetime. And again, I don't believe in my children's lifetime, but I think moving forward, we're feeding what we're going to be replaced because we're feeding it information.
Mhm.
Again, it's almost like when you go back in time. This is getting off like completely.
No,
But,
it's
like,
cool. I like it.
Going back in time, when you think of like when the refrigerator came out and the microwave, you look at all those 1950s like things, and the woman was like, "Oh my God, I could just open up a can of food and plop it in the microwave, and my day has been simplified."
Mhm.
Right? And now look where we are because of that. The drive-throughs are filled. There's no one sitting. There's no one sitting down at the table anymore. We've removed that one thing that kept the family together.
Mm.
And I believe it started with making things easier for the humans. And I feel like we're doing the same thing today. In like 50, 60 years, they're going to say it started with ChatGPT.
Mm.
Just the way that I'm saying it started with the microwave and the canned food.
See, I'm an optimist around that stuff in that go back to the Industrial Revolution and machines coming in, the steam engine, all those things that changed the course of history and
Yeah.
put us on to where we are today. People were worried then about
Yeah.
losing jobs. And I guess I'm talking more specifically about the job side of things. I know
Yeah.
the community and connection aspect that you touched on with the families around the dinner table is definitely something that's lacking in today's
Yeah.
society, probably because of certain
Yeah.
advancements. But on the job side, I think people are always worried about being replaced, and I think our role just shifts based on the technology and the tools
Yeah.
that we have available to
Yeah.
us, because there's always going to be a need for humans. It's just what level of productivity can you get out
Yeah.
of a human being when they're paired up with these tools.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We were worried back then and you know what?
And a shitload of people lost their jobs, right?
Yeah.
Like the
But
guys
we
who
pivoted
were
and we,
peeling the corn themselves by
Sure.
hand lost their jobs because there's a machine that does
Right.
that now.
right.
But over long periods of time, maybe a decade or two, those people then learn new skills that became part of maybe how to
Something
operate
else.
that machine
Sure,
or how
Yes.
to sell that machine to somebody
Yes.
else. So they short term for the individual might be
Right.
Steve loses his job
Right.
or Laura loses her job, but the macro of it, or the long term, is we as a society shift
Right.
and our needs as human beings
Yeah.
shift.
Very true. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because now I'll think differently.
Well, I think in general, I mean, there's so many different rabbit holes you can go
I
down.
know.
And I haven't had this conversation with anyone. So that's why I was interested to
Yeah.
go down that rabbit hole with you.